Coffee with Tara. I am here with today's special guest, Kris Sitton. He's blessing us with his presence today. So we're just gonna have fun today, and Kris is gonna share his story. Hopefully he doesn't say anything embarrassing about me. If he does, you won't be on again. No, I'm just kidding. So thanks for coming on today, Kris. So I've known you for about 3 years now, and I met you through Elevate, an organization that you volunteered for. When did you get started with Elevate?
Yeah, I started when I was in high school, actually. So I went to camp. We have our summer camp, obviously, and so I went when I was a junior in high school, I want to say. So that would have been 2010.
Wow.
And then when I graduated in 2011, I just stuck around and continued volunteering and continued doing things and plugging in and meeting people, stuff like that.
That's cool. So I saw like a while ago you guys would meet, I think it was like once a month or something, with like young boys and kind of just like do stuff with them. What is that about?
Yeah, we have our Young Men's Mentorship Program. It's called RISE. And so we meet once a month and we engage with young men and try to plug them into not just our programs, but plug them into their communities with service projects and stuff like that. And I think the ultimate goal is walking with them.
Yeah.
So instead of just getting them together, we're going to sit them down and do an activity and then lecture them about some kind of topic.
Yeah, something like
boring,
yeah,
like go to a park and sit them in like the hot sun and like lecture them about like how to have a better life.
Yeah.
We would rather get together with them, connect with them between the events, and walk with them. So do life with them and engage and figure out what they're going through, what's going on and stuff like that.
I feel like it's awesome for them to see like someone young or someone who's like cool or like hip, you know, who like loves God.
Cool.
To do that. I think that's pretty awesome. It's cool that you do that. So before we start getting to know more about you, we're going to play a game. You guys, you can play too. You can get your coffee ready and take some sips. So we're going to play Never Have I Ever. Yes. So if you have done one of the questions, you take a sip if you have any left. You take a sip, and if you haven't, then you don't take a sip. But I'm going to be playing with you.
If I have, I take a sip.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready? We're going to start. Okay, never have I ever injured myself while trying to impress a girl or a boy I was interested in. I have. I remember this boy I liked had a skateboard. He had a skateboard, and I remember like I was trying to be cool and I was skating on it, and I literally bust my junk so hard. I was like, no, I need to stay in my lane.
I had to be in like 6th grade, and it was out on the playground. And I can't remember why, but for some reason I wanted to like race this kid in front of this girl.
Yeah.
And so we were like, 1, 2, 3, go. And I like turned around, and there was a pole. And I kid you not, I'm not making this up. I ran straight into the pole, like my face and everything.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
And you can kind of see the scar a little bit too.
Oh my god, dang, he has evidence.
I'm not just Harry Potter. I have a scar.
I'm done. Oh my god. Okay, never have I ever had to run to save my life. Me and Janet were at a party. This was like 3 years ago. We were at a party in Tucson. In Tucson, nothing goes on there. Like people get in trouble because nothing goes on there. Yeah, so we were at a party, and it was like this mansion party. It was like up this high hill, and I remember there was like a gang or something, but they started like shooting. So me and Janet are like running. We took off our heels, are running down this hill. We literally had to hide at somene's house, like in front of it, like behind this plant. It was really scary. But yeah.
Never had to.
Yes. Okay. So never have I ever taken food out of a trash can or off the ground and eaten it. Don't lie. Yeah. 10-second rule.
What's bad is that like you said, off the ground or from a trash can, and I've done both. Do I have to sip twice?
It's nasty.
Play by the rules.
Okay. Never have I ever broken something at a friend's house or a parent's house and then not told them about it. Have I done that? I probably have. Okay. Never have I ever snooped through a friend's bathroom or bedroom without them knowing.
Gotta do an extra long drink for this one. Every bathroom, I'm like,
friend, lock your doors.
Every single bathroom, I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, never have I ever cheated on a test. think we've all done that.
Come on, Tara. All my secrets out here. If any of my teachers are watching.
Yes, sorry. Never have I ever dined and dashed. I don't think I've done that either.
Personally.
Never have I ever accidentally said I love you to someone.
No.
I think I have actually.
I said it to my boss. I couldn't come in one day and I called my boss and I was like, hey, I can't remember what the reason was. And I was like, all right, I love you, bye. And then I was
like on the phone, you accidentally do it. You're like, hey, love you, bye.
And then he cracked up and I was like, I guess I do love you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, never have I ever been on TV or the radio. Ooh, this one. Never have I ever pressed send and then immediately regretted it.
Not telling that story.
Never have I ever snuck into a movie.
But it was
used to
like,
get the buy one get one free. You would hop along.
It was like I went to one and then we went to another. My grandma used to be notorious for that. Like we would go to movies when I was in middle school and we would just spend like the whole day.
The whole day. Oh, Spider-Man's out. Oh, Batman's out.
Like there's another one right there. Look.
You would have to like run in so fast. Yes. Okay, never have I ever accidentally sent someone to the hospital.
Accidentally sent someone to the hospital? How do you accidentally send someone to the hospital?
I don't know, but I'm glad you did not do that. Okay, never have I ever worn glasses without lenses. I have. You don't remember that phase? Like that hyphy phase? You would like bust
like
the
lens
glasses?
Done.
I thought it was so cool. I was looking at my photo bucket. Like, I don't know if you remember that. And then I had some glasses without lenses and I was mortified.
That's how you know she was a 2005 hipster.
I really was. Okay, last one. Never have I ever looked through someone else's phone without their permission.
Probably looked through your phone. But looking through cabinets,
You guys,
phones. I'm looking through everything.
we hung out this weekend. The next day I look through my phone, I see all these selfies of Kris and his friends.
They were good selfies
It was
though.
funny. Okay, Kris, thanks for playing.
No problem.
Alrighty, so now we get to know more about you. So what is something that motivates you in life?
Dang, you're just coming out swinging with the good questions.
Yes.
I think that's tough because I think a lot of people you could say like money or you could say, any random passion that they have. I think for me, one of the things that really motivates me and really energizes me is people. So being around people, socializing and stuff. I'm the type of person where I could rather, study something or read something in the presence of people rather than alone. So I would rather sit in Starbucks. I would rather sit in like a busy mall and study and read if I'm preparing for something. If I'm like studying scripture or something like that, I would rather be around people, and I think it energizes me. Yeah. And then I also notice that like when I'm engaging with people and hanging out with people and making my relationships better, I think in life I just kind of feel more put together, you know what I mean, and more like I got this. I can do whatever I need to do today because relationships make me feel
that's
better.
Good,
so.
And that's important. Definitely, I could attest to that and say you're someone that everybody knows or everyone's cool with. Like everybody likes Kris, which is really good. That says a lot about you and who you are.
Thank you.
What has been one of your biggest accomplishments?
That's tough too. I don't know. I want to be deep again and be and be like spiritually, like having a relationship with the Lord. I think is one of my biggest accomplishments. But I just think about, I don't know, like there's so many things I still want to do.
Yeah.
And so there's I've come really far in my education. I've come and I've done things with volunteering with Elevate and done things with young men. But I think I don't know. That's tough. Yeah. That's super tough. I can't pinpoint anything, and I can't tie any one thing down.
Yeah. So you spoke this year, this past remix, and I was like really inspired. We're all like, dang, like literally there's pastors like getting up and clapping. So it was really cool that you stepped out and you were on the panel for this year. What made you want to do that? Were you scared? Or?
Didn't want to. I actually begged them to cancel it beforehand. I was like, I don't want to do this. Nobody cares. Let's not do it.
Yeah.
I even said something beforehand too. I was like, I am the least important person on this panel. But
you had the most to say, which was cool. Everybody was like, it was crickets. Everybody was like, whoa. It was really good.
Yeah, no, they asked me to do it a couple months beforehand, and I agreed. And then I think like the week before, I was like, dang it, why did I do that? But it was cool. I liked the opportunity to have like kind of keep me on my feet and engage, because I had no idea what kind of questions they were going to ask.
That's scary.
Like whatsoever. So yeah, it just kind of pushed me out there, and that's kind of the season of life I'm in, where it's like, let's just do stuff. Let's push me out there, kick me out on the edge. Whatever's going to stretch me and make me grow and reveal the areas that I need to fill up more and the areas that I need to, grow in and stuff like that.
That's admiring. Like that's something I'm trying to work on more, is get out my comfort zone, because I stay in it a lot, and God can't really stretch you if you don't grow. So this year is like my year of just trying to do more, just doing things that are like out of my comfort zone as well.
Because you can know a lot of stuff if you have a lot of knowledge, but if it doesn't change you, it's really pointless. So if you have all this truth in you and you can recite 50 scriptures about the love of God, but then still go home and treat your family like crap, you know what I mean? Like if it doesn't change you, what's the point of knowing it?
That's
so
good.
Why stockpile all this truth inside of yourself if you're not applying it kind of to the inner heart, you know what I mean? Really letting it change you. So.
That's really good. Have you experienced failure in life?
No. I have not.
Lies, child.
I have not experienced failure. I have.
Me too.
A lot of failure. Yeah. I think most failure has been like I'm working on something, like whether it be a character flaw, whether it be just anything that I want to improve about myself, and then kind of relapsing to old habits and old ways of thinking. And that's the part that makes me kick myself the most, is it's like, dang, I've tried 10 times at this one thing and I keep stumbling, or I keep failing in this one area.
Yeah, I'm sure we all can relate to that. It's like,
But then you look back, like you probably have things in your mind that you're thinking of, and you're like, man, I really wanted to work on this part of myself. And it seems like I just keep failing and failing and failing, but you could probably look back and I can at least look back 5 years ago and say that I'm doing a little bit better now.
wow.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a muscle, like you break it down and you build it back up, and you break it down and you build it back up. You fall, you get back up, and eventually you're at least a little bit stronger, and one day, completely over that thing. So.
Amen. That's good. So what is your biggest pet peeve? What is something that drives you crazy?
Bad drivers. I have horrible.
Drivers.
Are you serious? I don't care if I'm in the car with you. I'll stand up for you if I'm in the car with you. I'll be like, hey, get out of my way. But I have horrible road rage.
Yeah.
Like even on the way here, it was bad.
That road to my house will make you want to lose your Christianity.
I'm like, get out of my way. I just like, why do you have the audacity to exist like where I want to go? Like, get out of my way. I hate it.
Oh, wow. So what does God mean to you?
That stuff. You're really coming with like the questions today. It's like she was writing these down. She was like, hey, this is going to get them. God for me, well, God is love. So I think that's the
That's huge.
Yeah, I think that's like the brightest thing about him for me.
And people forget that.
Yeah.
They always do.
Yeah, and I think it's because it contrasts what's so natural to me, you know what I mean? I don't naturally want to just love everybody.
Yeah.
I don't naturally want to love the dude that cut me off on the way here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So God is love, and so it just kind of, I think the ways that he contrasts who I am naturally is the things that I see about him most, and the things that are clearest. You know what I mean? I'm not love, and so I see how much God is love when I read scripture, and when I see people touched by the love of God. It's so evident. So.
Wow, that's really good. Who is someone that means a lot to you in your life, or who has had a great impact on you? I'm going to give you more than one person.
Oh yes, I was going to say it. Multiple people. I would say my siblings. I have a really good relationship with my sisters in particular.
Yeah.
And they are people that make me want to be like really be the man that God's called me to be.
Shout out to
They're not gonna watch this. Yeah, because I think about like I really want them to have an example of what a man of God looks like.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have that impartation when I was younger. I didn't really see until I was much older what a man of God looked like, and truly what a father looked like, and a big brother looked like. I didn't have those things, and so I want to kind of be that anchor, that they can go, what does a man look like right there?
Yeah. Wow.
So
that's really good.
Yeah.
Do you have any more other people in your life that have like been very important or played like a pivotal role in your life?
Yeah. In particular, Pastor Chad would be one who's kind of been a father figure for me.
PC, Pastor Chad.
And the last few years, I've known him since first camp, and so has definitely been a spiritual figure in my life. And then my pastor growing up, Pastor Joseph. So
that's awesome.
it's just kind of been I think over time where you lack. So if, I'm sitting here saying that I never really had those father figures in my life, and then over time God's brings them into your life and kind of fills your needs where you need them and stuff. So
that's amazing. Welcome back to part 2 of Coffee with Tara with my special guest, Kris Sitton. Thank you so much for coming on today. So we were last talking about like people that have had a big important role in your life, and you were saying your Pastor Joseph and Pastor Chad. I feel like one day this is just like honesty, I feel like there's gonna be someone that you've impacted as well and influenced, because what I think is cool about you and why I wanted to interview you is because you're transparent, but like you meet people where they are. So like for me, say I'm like quiet or not that cool, you know what I mean? Like you'll bring it down to my level, and you're always kind and just honest, and that's something like I respect about you, and I'm sure the boys that you've helped are young adults, they'll look up to you one day like, Kris was pretty cool.
I told Tara on the break that she's gonna make me cry. So she's obviously hammering away trying to make that happen right now. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. So on a lighter note, what is the worst date that you've ever been on? Has there ever been one where you're like, I just want to say I need to go to the bathroom and leave and not come back?
I'm trying to think of the worst one. Like I've had awkward ones. What would be the worst one? I had one. This person, the girl, she was really cool. We're still friends to this day. She's
That's
super
good.
cool. Just the connection wasn't there.
Yeah.
But we went to Oregano's.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever been to Oregano's with you or talked to you about Oregano's.
Oh my God, you and like James is obsessed. And he's like he loves their like Pazookies.
So I'm not just obsessed. I'm passionate about Pazookies. I like Pazookies.
Yeah.
It's the best dessert ever. If you've not been to Oregano's, go right now. I hope they send me free merchandise for that shout out. But I'm passionate about Pazookies. We were at Oregano's and we'd finished our meal. Obviously it's a date. I'm paying. She can get whatever she wants, all that stuff. And right. And I'm sitting there and she's like, the waiter comes up and asks if we wanted pizza cookies. And I was like, yeah, I'll take one, half chocolate chip, half white chocolate. Yeah. And I looked at her and she looked at the waiter and she was like, yeah, just bring 2 spoons. And I was like, no. I looked at the waiter, I was like, no friend, don't bring 2 spoons. I was like, she'll take her own. I was like, just double that order.
Kris,
I'm not. I was like, I'll buy you one. You're not eating off my Pazookie because you're about to watch me eat this whole Pazookie on this
You guys, ladies, make sure you order your own Pazookie because Kris will not play that.
It's not a game.
Okay, so we're going to do a quick trivia game, and you're going to try to do your best. If you get all of them right, I have to say my most embarrassing moment, which might have been this past weekend, but anyways.
I'm going to get this.
Yes, but if you get 3 wrong, you have to share your most embarrassing moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of footwear became a fashion trend in the 2000s? A, flip-flops, B, ballet flats, C, Crocs, D, slingbacks.
I gotta go Crocs.
You're right. Shoot. Okay, which female was awarded the title of Top Radio Song Artist of the 2000s decade by Billboard magazine in 2009? A. Lady Gaga, B. Madonna, C. Beyonce, D. Paul Abdul.
Wait, what was the title of the award?
Top radio song artist of the 2000s.
And then give me the people again.
Lady Gaga, Madonna, Beyonce, Paul Abdul.
It's down to 2.
we'll do like kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They'll give like the 2 ones.
Okay.
It's gonna be out of Beyonce and Lady Gaga.
That's what I thought. Oh, I'm gonna go Queen Bee.
Good. It's always good.
It's
when in
always
doubt, go Queen Bee.
It's always Beyonce.
Yes. In 2009, an epidemic, caused the U.S. president to declare a national emergency. What was the epidemic called? A. Swine flu. B. TB. C. AIDS. D. Rubella.
What year?
2009.
Gosh, what was I doing in 2009? Just chilling.
Cheating on test.
I'm gonna go swine flu.
You're right.
I am so smart.
Okay, next one. Which singing group did the theme song for All That? Is it A? Did you ever watch All That on Nickelodeon? All That? Okay. A. Destiny's Child. B. In Vogue. C. TLC.
My brain wants to say Destiny's Child because it's always Beyonce.
You're wrong.
It's TLC, isn't it?
It's TLC. I can't say my embarrassing moment. Okay. Which films claim the title of the highest grossing film series in the 2000s decade? A. Harry Potter movies. B. The Batman films. C. The Matrix films. D. The Da Vinci Code movies.
Oh. Let's go Matrix.
Harry Potter movies.
I just need one more, don't I?
If you get one more wrong, then you have to say your embarrassing. Okay.
But if I get one more right, you have to say yours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh my god. Okay. What was the #1 selling game system in the 2000s? A. PlayStation 2. B. PlayStation 3. C. Wii. D. Xbox 360.
I'm not a nerd.
You're not a gamer.
In the 2000s, right?
Yep, 2000s.
Okay.
It could be PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, the Wii, or Xbox 360.
So like this is pre-2010.
Yep. What's the
Okay.
#1 selling game system in the 2000s?
For me right now, it's between the Wii and the PS2. I'm gonna go PS2.
You're right.
Am I now?
Okay, let me take a sip.
Yes, that was really nerve-wracking.
Yes,
Oh my
okay.
gosh, I was so nervous. 'Cause
Okay,
mine's
guys,
embarrassing.
get your coffee ready. So this weekend, we all hung out, but my sister decided to FaceTime the guy that I like, or I've liked for a while. She FaceTimed him and told him, and Kris was there, so he got to witness it. Super uncomfortable. She FaceTimed him 3 times. He didn't answer. And then she FaceTimed him again. He answered and she told him, and it was mortifying. But I still hung out with him and it was cool. But Kris got to live through that. You guys know now. So.
That was present for you.
Yes, we won't say the names, but that's enough.
Hit me up.
Okay, thank you for playing.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
was awesome.
Thanks for being a good loser.
Thank you, you're welcome. Okay, we all have regrets in our life or things that we've done that maybe wasn't the best. Do you have any regrets in your life? Or anything you wish you could change?
No, none at all. No, I do. I do.
And
I'm
some
not one of
people
those
don't want to. Some people don't have regrets. Some people live like,
I
okay,
know.
well, it happened, this and that. But do you have any regrets in your life?
Yeah, some people are like, oh, I have no regrets and everything makes me better.
I
I'm like,
know.
no, I'd rather change like a lot of things.
Wow.
I don't know. Give me one of yours and then let me see if I
Sure.
have anything similar.
For me, I feel like one of my regrets probably would be, let me see. I feel like not trying harder with friendships. And that's probably something that I'm trying to get better at. But I even had a best friend like senior year in high school. We were friends all through high school. And then myself, sometimes I can be selfish and I don't necessarily follow up with friendships like I should.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I lost like a really good friend, and she probably knows who she is. So I think that was like one of my biggest regrets, because like even now I see like big accomplishments or like graduations or things, and it's like you want to have that person to share that with, but you know, you haven't maintained friendship, so it's like, who do you tell? Your family? You know, so I think that's like one of the things that I wish I would have maintained friends with her, because seeing her life and like all the things she's doing, and I can't really like check in and be like, hey, you know, so.
Mine's kind of similar too, because I think about, I wish that I would have put myself out there more with relationships and with opportunities. And I think insecurities come up, or feelings of, you know, I'm not adequate enough for certain things, and so then shy away or try to hide myself from certain stuff.
That's that's
so
just like me.
Probably get out of my hiding places.
Yeah,
like kind of jump out there and be open and like, here I am. Let's be friends. Let's do this opportunity, stuff like that. So
that's good.
It's always this year to do it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So this part you're gonna fill in the blanks. There's I am, I want, and I have. And it could be anything. It can be an object. It could be something about yourself, whatever. So the first one is I am.
I am. I am confident.
That's good. I want.
I want.
Isn't it hard? Like,
oh my gosh, what do I want?
Pazuki. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen. I guess it goes back to what we just said. I want to be more out there. I want to be more open.
That's good. Stuff. I have
an empty cup of coffee in front of me.
I'm done.
I have all the time in the world to make that happen.
That's good.
So
that's good. That's really good.
I got this.
Yeah. So if you could change anything about this world, what would you change?
Dang, she's coming with the questions. I would go back to what we talked about a couple times. I would change the fact that there is a fatherlessness epidemic in this world. So stuff like what we do with Elevate and stuff like what we're talking about, where, you know, growing up without certain influences in my life, I would change the fact that there's fatherlessness. And I think that would fix a lot of issues that we have in life. If you think about it, you know, a lot of that direction that people need, and a lot of even the security and the confidence that young men and women are missing,
that's good.
Is a direct result of that. So
that's for sure. So what is something that you want the world to remember about Kris? So when you leave this earth, what is something you want them to remember about you or who you were?
Yeah, I'd even have them put it on my gravestone. I want people to know that I like my Pazookies half chocolate chip and half white chocolate, but sometimes I'm okay with peanut butter on the other side, but it just depends. When I leave this earth, I want it to be said of me that I left it all on the table. So I don't want to die with any potential in me. I don't want to die with any opportunities that I didn't seize that I could have, or seize that I could have. I don't want to die with some kind of book still in me, or some kind of idea still in me, or anything like that. I want to make sure it's all on the table, no regret. I laid it all out there, and I don't care what that looks like, whether I'm super big and famous, or whether I was faithful in an area that nobody knew about for years and years of my life, as long as I left it all out there. So,
that's really good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. So my last question is, who is Kris? Who is Kris Sitton?
I don't know. I do not know. I'm still getting to know that and figuring out who I am and what my gifts and passions are and stuff like that. But I do know that I'm somebody that loves the Lord, and somebody that wants to grow and truly be who God has called me to be, and really figure that out. So
that's really good.
Yeah, so when you figure it out, let me know.
I have no idea.
You might even have a better idea than I do. So
I honestly think you are such a great guy. I feel like you're genuine. you say how you feel, you kind of wear it on your sleeves, which I like. And I just want to encourage you to continue to be the light that you are, and wanting to inspire people, wanting to work with the youth and taking big steps, even like you did this year at Remix, which is awesome and it blessed a lot of people. But keep going hard. Keep going hard for God, and thank you for coming on and playing my childish games and being childish with me, because I'm such a child. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. If you enjoyed Kris's story, you can share it, and we just hope you guys have a blessed day.